So hello students, today we are going to learn chapter number 14 of class 7, that is rational numbers. Okay, in today's part 1 we are going to learn about introduction to rational numbers. Okay, so let us start rational numbers. Okay, now before starting rational numbers, let us revise what we have learned in the previous classes. Okay, up till now how many types of numbers we have learned. So the first number which we have learned is natural numbers. Okay, now, what are natural numbers? So, natural numbers are the numbers which are starting from 1, 2, 3, and so on up to infinity. Then, after that, we have learned the next number which is known as whole numbers. Whole numbers are the numbers which are starting from 0 up to infinity. Then, next, we have learned about integers. Okay, what are integers? Integers are nothing but all the positive number, negative number along with zero. Okay, these all numbers together are known as integers. Okay, so till now we have learned these three types of number. Now today we are going to start our next type of number, which is known as rational numbers. Okay, now what are rational numbers? Okay, so rational numbers are the numbers which can be represented in p upon q form. Okay, where q is never equal to 0 or q is not equal to 0. Let us say, in other words, we can say that rational numbers are the numbers which are in numerator denominator form, where denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay, let us consider some example. Okay, now here in this first example, 2 upon 5, it is in numerator denominator form, so we can say that it is in p upon q form, and denominator is not equal to 0. So yes, we can say that now this number is what? This is a rational number. So I'm just highlighting it with a green color. Okay. Now let us look at next example, 3 upon 28. Now here also you can see that it is in numerator denominator form and denominator is not equal to 0. So yes, this one is also a rational number. Let us consider next example. Now here we have 21 upon 0. Okay. Now it is in numerator denominator form, but denominator is equal to 0. We don't want denominator equal to 0. So this is not a rational number. Okay. So I'm highlighting it with a different color. Okay. So I think up till now it must be clear to you that what are rational numbers. Let us revise it once again. Rational numbers are the numbers which can be represented in p upon q form, where q is not equal to 0. Rational numbers are the numbers which can be represented in numerator denominator form, where denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay. Now let us consider some different examples of a rational number. Now suppose we have a number simply 5. Okay. Now this 5, we can write it as 5 upon 1. Okay, so now what will happen if we are able to write it as a 5 upon 1? Means we have written it in numerator denominator form. Okay, now as it is written in numerator denominator form and denominator is not equal to 0, so we can say that now this one is what? A rational number. Let us consider another example. Now suppose we are having only a number 29, that is only numerator is given. So is it a rational number? Yes, it is also a rational number. Now why it is a rational number? Because we can write it in numerator denominator form. If no denominator is there, we can write 1 as a denominator. Okay, so now it is in numerator denominator form. So now what can we do? Since it is in numerator denominator form and denominator is not equal to 0, therefore this number is also a rational number. Now let us look at next example, that is if a number is given simply as a 0. Okay, then is 0 a rational number? Yes, 0 is also a rational number. Now why 0 is a rational number? Because 0 can be written as 0 upon 1. Okay, so your denominator is not equal to 0, so we can say that this one is also a rational number. Remember, every time we have to look at only what? Denominator. Okay, it should be always any number other than 0. Okay, then it will be a rational number. Okay, now let us see some different types of rational numbers. Okay, Rational numbers, there are two types of rational numbers. Okay, so let us start with the first one, that is positive rational numbers. Okay, now a rational number is said to be a positive rational number if the numerator and the denominator, they both are having same sign. So what is important over here? That is, they both should have same sign. Okay, so now in this number you can see that numerator is 2, denominator is 5. If they are having no sign, or if plus is written, means they are having same sign. Okay, so since both the numerator and denominator have same sign, the given number is a positive rational number. Now look at this number. Here it is given as 2 and 7. Now numerator is minus 2, denominator is minus 7. So both numerator and denominator, they are having same sign, that is minus sign. Since they both have same sign, so this one is also what? A positive rational number. So what is the condition for a number to be a positive rational number? That numerator and denominator should have same sign. Okay. Now let us look at the next type of number, that is negative rational number. So what is negative rational number now? Okay. Now in negative rational number, the numerator and the denominator, they are having different sign. Okay. Which sign they have? I'm highlighting it with a different color. They both should have a different sign. Now, if you look at this example, in numerator it is minus 2, denominator is plus 5. Since numerator and denominator are having different sign, so we can say that now this number is what? A negative rational number. Let us consider another example. Here we have 7 upon minus 10. Okay, so now here numerator is positive, denominator is negative, but both of them are having different sign. So this is what? A negative rational number. Okay, so I think it must be clear to you that what is a positive rational number and what is a negative rational number. Now, this negative rational number can be written in three ways. Okay, let us consider. Now here in numerator it is minus 2 upon 5. So number is, both the numerator and denominator are having different sign, so it is a negative rational number. Now remember that this minus sign, as per our requirement, we can keep it in denominator also. Okay, so this 2 upon minus 5 and minus 2 upon 5, they both are equal, or they both are same, only we have changed the position of the minus sign. Okay, still both of them are negative rational number. Okay, again, if you don't want to put this minus sign here, we can keep it before the number also. Okay, so this minus 2 upon 5 indicates that these three numbers are what? Each one of them are equal to equal. Okay, there is no difference between them. Okay, now next one. Okay, so now let us move towards the next topic, that is standard form of a rational number. Okay, now what is standard form of a rational number? So let us consider a rational number, that is 10 upon 25. Now check, in this numerator and denominator, can we write this number in lowest form or not? So yes, we can write them in lowest form. What will be that lowest form? That will be, both of them can be divided by the same number. Remember, we are dividing it by same number. So now 10 divided by 5, what is the answer? 2. 25 divided by 5, 5. Okay, now can we write this number again in lowest form? No, so it itself is in lowest form. Okay, now here we have learned how to write the number in lowest form. How to write? By dividing numerator and denominator by the same number. Okay. Now to write any number in standard form, okay, two conditions are required. First condition is that the number should be written in lowest form, and second condition that the denominator should always have a positive sign. Okay, let us consider a number. We have 35 upon 20 minus 20. Okay, now in this 35 upon minus 20, check, is it in lowest form? So no. Okay, we can divide it further and write it in lowest form. So by which number we will divide? So both numerator and denominator can be divided by 5. Okay, so 35 divided by 5, 7, minus 20 divided by 5, minus 4. Now this number is in lowest form. Okay, to make it in standard form, what we have to do? Sorry, to make it in standard form, what we have to do? We don't want this minus sign in denominator. We want denominator as positive. So what we will do? We will just give this minus sign to the numerator. So what you will get now? Minus 7 upon 4. Now if you look at this number, so it is in lowest form, and denominator is also positive. So we can say that now this number is written in which form? Standard form. Okay, let us consider one more example. Suppose now we have a number 4 upon minus 14. Is it in lowest form? You want to write it in standard form. So what is the condition for writing in standard form? First, it should be in lowest form. So no, this number is not in lowest form. We can divide it by numerator and divide denominator by same number, that is 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and minus 14 divided by 2 is minus 7. Okay, so now this number is in lowest form, but we don't want this denominator negative. We want denominator as positive. So what we will do? We'll keep this minus sign here. So it will become minus 2 upon 7. Now if you look at this number, it is in lowest form also, and denominator is also positive. Since it is in lowest form and denominator is positive, so we can say that this number is what? Written in standard form. Okay. Now next topic, that is last topic for today. It is equivalent rational number. Now, what do you mean by equivalent rational number? Equivalent means equal. Okay. So now when two rational numbers will be equal to each other. So for that, let us consider one example. Now we have a number 28 upon 36. Okay. Now we can write this number in lowest form also. Okay, so if we divide the numerator and denominator by the same number, okay, we are getting an answer 7 upon 9. Okay, now this 7 upon 9 and this 28 upon 36, these both numbers, now they will be considered as equivalent rational numbers. These both will be what? Equivalent. Why? Because they are divided by the same number. Okay. Then next example, let us consider. Now here we have 2 upon 5. Okay, if you multiply the numerator and denominator by same number, that is 7, so what we get? 14 upon 35. Now as we have as we have multiplied the numerator and denominator by the same number, so what will happen now? These both numbers will become equivalent. Okay, so what can we say in this condition? We can write here, therefore 28 upon 36 is equal to 7 upon 9. Why? Because they are equivalent. And here what can we write? Therefore, 2 upon 5 is equal to 14 upon 35. These both are equivalent. So what is the condition, or how can we make a number equivalent to each other? Either by dividing the numerator and denominator by same number, or by multiplying numerator and denominator by same number. Okay, so this much is enough for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.